Hidden behind rows of street-side shophouses in the heart of Georgetown, on Malaysia's Penang Island, lies Khoo Kongsi, the country's largest Hokkien clan house. We enter from the northwestern side through an alley lined with 16 late 19th century row houses for clan members, of which the last one on the right has been transformed into a ticket booth for entry. The complex consists of a number of edifices that are all clustered around a granite-paved square, and the first building we come across is a meeting hall with an office and a room containing Chinese ancestral tablets, wooden tablets, inscribed with the titles and names of deceased relatives, that are preserved in an altar-like household shrine. The building's facade is adorned with colorful porcelain objects and animals typical of Chinese culture, such as some keeling and dragons, creatures from Chinese fables, and a trigram, a symbol representing the 8 points of the compass as used by geomancers. The centerpiece of the complex is the clan temple, fully known as Leong San Tong Khoo Kongsi, pronounced as Long Shan Tang Gongsi in Mandarin. This translates to Dragon Mountain Hall Clan House, referring to the Khoo clan members' association with the Leong San Tong clan. Members of the Khoo clan were living in Penang even before Francis Light, a British explorer and the founder of the British colony of Penang, settled on the island. By 1824, there were over 100 members of the Khoo clan in Penang, and they had already established a strong financial base and robust social organization. In 1835, the Khoo clan members founded Tong, the ancestral hall within the Khoo Kongsi clan house. In 1850, after acquiring the current site from an English businessman, Khoo Kongsi was constructed as a multifunctional complex. In 1894, the Khoo clan demolished and rebuilt their temple, completing the new clan house over an 8-year period. Unfortunately, the newly constructed clan house was all but destroyed by fire in 1901, allegedly due to a lightning strike. Undeterred, the Khoo clansmen rebuilt their clan house in 1902, yet as a scaled-down version, as it was believed that its resemblance to the emperor's palace may have provoked the gods. The architecture is that of a colonial hybrid, reflecting the style of temples in southern Fujian with a prayer pavilion. The inner walls of Cheng Sun Kiong, the main hall of the temple, pronounced as Sheng Shun Gong in Mandarin, feature depictions of the 36 celestial guardians, 18 on each side of the wall, a feature commonly found in southern Fujian temples. These celestial guardians include both male and female figures dressed in either civilian or military attire. They ride various animals such as dragons, lions, and other rare creatures. Black pillars with golden dragons, symbols of power and strength, support the roof. This mural in the rear corridor is known as the 9 Old Men, and tells a story from the Tang dynasty. In the summer of the 5th year of the reign of Emperor Wu Tsong, the renowned poet Bai Ju Yi and 8 other elderly men gathered in Luo Yang. They wrote and recited poems and had the event recorded in this painting, that promotes optimism as a path to good health and longevity. Above the door hangs a scroll with a painting featuring the 3 visits to the thatched cottage, a scene from the 3 kingdoms, that depicts the warlord Liu Bei and his generals, Guan Yu and Zhong Fei, visiting the gifted strategist Yu Ji Liang 3 times to recruit him to their cause, demonstrating their sincerity and eagerness. In the center is a large painting known as the 100 Sons and 1,000 Grandsons, which epitomizes the common wish of Chinese society for a big family with many offspring. The painting is flanked by 2 thematically paired paintings. The one on the right features a fisherman and a woodsman, while the one on the left features a farmer and a child reading a book while riding on the back of an ox. The pair is titled a fisherman, woodsman, farmer, and scholar, and reflects the values revered in a traditional agricultural society, where people are encouraged to work hard to be self-sufficient on the one hand, and to cultivate good morality and strive for an official career through studying on the other. Another painted scroll depicts the remarkable loyalty and patience of a man named Shan, whose behavior and commitment were so profound that even elephants and birds came together to aid him in his farming efforts. The last painting in the rear corridor is of the 8 immortals from Chinese Taoist mythology, who are worshipped by many Chinese people. Thanks to the generous contribution of the clansmen, superior quality stone materials were extensively utilized in the construction of Leong San Tong. The walls from the prayer pavilion to the veranda are composed of green, white, and pinkish stones, all of which are delicately carved and even painted. The stone materials were sourced from Amoy in Fujian province. The work involved 3 major contractors, identifiable by their ink signatures on the walls. The downward slanted Miao Ming inscription board attached above the doorway reads, from right to left, Hok Tiksu, which freely translates to Ancestral Hall of Virtue and Blessing, and features an altar-like household shrine, with a patron deity and some ancestral tablets, as well as spirit tablets devoted to spirits believed to protect the family. The stone structure of the clan temple can be categorized into 2 types. The first type includes materials used for groundwork or protective purposes such as floor slabs, rim stones, wall bases, corner stones, staircases, and wall skirtings, which are generally undecorated. The second type includes materials serving both structural and decorative purposes such as columns, column bases, wall panels, door frames, lintels, mullions, stone lions, and drum-shaped bearing stones. Whereas the inscription board, attached above the doorway of the central hall, bears the name of the clan, the board over the doorway on the far left displays Kok Tong and marks a room with an altar holding the ancestral tablets of the Khoo family. The Khoo Kongsi clan house is renowned for its elaborate and highly decorated architecture, and is celebrated as the grandest and most splendid clan temple in the country. Gongsi is a Hokkien term meaning company, and originally referred to incorporated businesses. Historically, the term has encompassed Chinese social groups or partnerships. Among overseas Chinese, Gongsi referred to both clan organizations based on common ancestry and district-dialect clubs for immigrants from the same region who spoke the same language. The lower floor or basement of the prayer hall was used for wedding tea receptions in the early days. Now, it is a museum. The highlight in the first room on the right is the genealogical chart of Khoo Kongsi. The chart is arranged in the form of a poem, passed down as a naming guide for the clansmen. It contains characters that represent the middle name of each generation, allowing for identification of the generation hierarchy. The Khoo Kongsi's genealogical chart starts with the character K from the 8th generation and was inherited from the Shan family. It consists of 40 characters in a poem format, with 5 characters per line. A clansman with a middle name following this chart can easily determine his generation hierarchy. For example, Khoo K Po, with the middle name K, belongs to the 21st generation. Today, the Khoo offspring have reached the 27th generation. In the next and largest room of the basement, displays describe the architectural configuration of the Leong San Tong Khoo Kongsi complex, including its architectural development, spatial order, and roof patterns. The displays also showcase its floor plan and architectural structure, as well as the timberwork on the roof truss, which is considered its most important architectural expression. A video shows a performance on the opera stage, which directly faces Leong San Tong. This edifice was once used for stage performances and other entertainments. Additionally, there are exhibits on stone carvings and ridge decorations, which are indispensable on the rooftop of a traditional Chinese temple or clan house and consist of porcelain shardwork and stucco sculptures. The room also features information on the various murals and colored drawings found on the walls and wall panels, as well as wooden structures such as posts, lintels, and adore god paintings, whilst the paints on these latter items also serve to protect the wood. In Cantonese architecture, Shequan pottery and stucco are typically used for ridge decorations, while southern Fujian and Taichu architecture employ jian nian or cut-and-paste porcelain shardwork and stucco sculptures. Leong San Tong stands out for its exceptional ridge decorations among southern Fujian architectural heritage from the late Qing dynasty. We exit the hall by the basement front corridor that passes another hall that leads to the kitchen. The kitchen, characteristic of a southern Fujian-style side wing, includes an airwell and features a rounded end on its gable. A corridor links it to the main hall. The prayer pavilion, main hall, and rear veranda are arranged at different levels to create a terraced view, reflecting the Chinese saying the bu bu ga sheng, meaning, step by step, one prospers, and adhering to Feng Shui principles. Additionally, the varying heights and designs of the prayer pavilion, main hall, and kitchen denote the hierarchy of these spaces. In the courtyard, a pair of massive green stone lions stand as guardians of both the courtyard and the clan house. The male is positioned on the left and the female on the right. Between them stands a green stone incense burner. The intricate jian nian decorations cover much of the roof. The 3-meter pai chu on the rooftop above the main hall is a distinctive and impressive ridge structure, reflecting Leong San Tong Khoo Kongsi's unique status and influence in the past. In addition to the extensive cut-and-paste and stucco decorations, the roof of Leong San Tong features ceramic figurines and jiaoji pottery. This is one of the few places where all 4 types of ridge decorations can be found on a single roof. The opera stage is not the original one. The initial simpler stage was demolished between 1894 and 1906 during the rebuilding of Leong San Tong. The current stage is more elaborate and includes passageways on both sides for an orderly courtyard. It is notable for its majesty and elegance, with front and rear sections. The front stage has 3 open bays and follows a half-pitched, half-gable roof style, featuring a gently curved main ridge similar to that of the clan temple. The roof is adorned with Jen Nyan porcelain shardwork and intricate ceramic figurines on the Pai Chu. The roof truss consists of a wooden structure with simple square logs. The stage screen wall serves as a backdrop and has intricate wooden carvings, with a mix of parallel and angled screen panels. It includes round openings with back carvings and dragon motif decorations, and the wall's timberwork depicts an immortal riding a phoenix. We left Leong San Tong Khoo Kongsi feeling impressed and delighted, exiting the complex through the same alley we had entered.